Hey, sweetheart, welcome in. My name is Sin. I'm your local resident idiot. And I've entered the point in my life where once a year I get invited to a wildflower themed baby shower. That's a weird point of adulthood. So you're gonna get ready for that with me because I'm having a day where I really don't want to be femme, and I'll be really honest about that. And I'm gonna be around people I am not safe to be out around. So, we're gonna make this a bonding experience. Okay. So, it is way too hot out to be wearing jeans, and I really don't care to make my cargos very thin. My only other pants I own are business, or they are leggings, or they're velvet. And it is a wildflower theme, so we are going to go for a long skirt of sorts so that you don't really notice I don't shave my legs, because I don't want to hear it. I think we're going to go with this one. I'm gonna try it on, we'll see. It's a midi, but I think if I style it right, no one's really gonna be paying, no one's gonna be paying attention unless they're talking to me on purpose, but it's more so an issue of not wanting to hear my family's mouth, because some of them want to save face, and yeah, I want to save face. I get to move away soon, and then I never have to see these people again. But until then, my boss is the one throwing this baby shower, and I live in South Carolina. And while I know she wouldn't, it doesn't mean it's not a fear of mine. I know my job isn't a safe place to be out either. That's just something you accept. So I'm gonna put this on. We'll see how we're feeling. If not, I have one of those full length white skirts. You know what I'm talking about. And I have flower t-shirts. I just feel like wearing a t-shirt with stuff like that feels very, I don't know, I feel like a guy who tells you he listens to Clario and be a doobie to get you to sleep with him, you know? So we're gonna put this on and I'll be right back. Alright. I just somehow snagged my nipple piercing on the zipper of this. So that was really fun. It has one of these side zippers. That was fun. But we have this going on. It goes mid-calf, so I should be fine. I am gonna somehow try to keep this very feminine but also very alternative so that I can at least feel like it fits me. So I'm gonna start with, this is one of those Shein belts that everybody owned in 2020. But I like these guys, I think they help. I really wish I could bind today, however, that's just not gonna be an option. So we have that going on. Really hoping no one points out this is the dress I wore to our grandmother's funeral. I don't think they'll notice. But I was on stage talking in it, so they might notice. I think I'm gonna do ruffle socks and my Mary Janes with it. Hold on. I have these cream ruffle socks. White would be too much. And I think black wouldn't fit. I think black wouldn't fit the outfit. However, these flowers are yellow. And while I'm doing floral makeup, I'm doing pink floral makeup because it's a baby girl. So, I know, don't get on me. But when you see the makeup palette we're using, the pinks are really pretty, okay? I want to use them, and I can do what I want. These Mary Janes, they have really chunky silver hardware on them. And I know they look good with this dress, so I'm gonna add these to it. I need to accessorize, but I don't think I'm gonna do that till after I do makeup. Just because I don't want to have to take my rings back off. I also have to wrap the present still. I bought it over a month ago. I bought it when my boss started talking about the shower. But that doesn't mean that I wrapped it. Why would I do that? So, okay. Here's the fit. I've already done skincare and skin prep before I hit record, you can tell my face is very shiny. My lighting is bad because I never opened my blinds back up. We're gonna go do hair and makeup now. So I'm gonna move you to where we're normally at. Now, I am someone who, like, you know me, you know I heavily prefer a good matte base. However, sometimes I understand glowy is what's called for. I want to do makeup for a living, so playing around with glowy makeup is part of that because that's what's on trend right now. So that's something I need to be functional with. However, I won't lie to you, I prefer matte, but we're still gonna get this done. Sometimes you've got to camouflage, okay? And we're camouflaging today. So I'm going in first with the e.l.f. Power Grip. Also, I normally would have a Sims video up today. I didn't do one this month. And I don't know if I want to do them still. I think they're a lot easier to film this way. But my laptop is so slow that adding the recording makes it, like, a major pain in the ass. Like, it does not want to record for me. And I don't know. I don't really care to fight the recording a lot of the time. I don't know if I want to quit doing them completely, but I do know I kind of want to, like, turn my content to being more towards, like, makeup and horror and, like, weird little DIYs I do and just kind of stuff that relates to me a little more than The Sims does. I don't know. I know that might be an odd choice for me, so I'm going back and forth with it. But that is an option I'm looking at right now. Just because I think that's what's best for me right now, and who knows, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'll hate it, but it might come back, it might not. I can't make any sort of promises any sort of way with you. What I can tell you, though, is what we're using. So, foundation-wise, I'm going to be using the Win Beauty by Serena Williams. It's my first time using it, but it was a very good shade match in the store. So I'm hoping it'll be a good shade match now that we're not in the store. This is shade Step 195. ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer. I have my e.l.f. Halo Glow contour and highlighting wands. The ColourPop blush stick. This one's shade Mini Me. It's a really good, like, neutral pink for my skin tone. And then the e.l.f. Perfect Finish powder, which I have very heavily hit pan on. This is my baby. I use her all the time. So the Pretty Fresh setting spray. Not the biggest fan of it, but I think it looks really nice with glowy foundation, and all my other ones are matte. And then for lips, we are working with this one. I don't buy from Maybelline anymore because I'm doing my best not to buy from anyone who is not cruelty-free or anyone who is heavily supporting Israel. So if you know that some of the products I'm using do that, please let me know. But this is the lip liner in Totally Toffee. And then this is a heavily expired Revlon lipstick. I never bought this for myself, however, she is my perfect nude. It's shade 420 Blushed, and it's a pearl finish. I don't know how to pronounce this. We got them like a year ago. They're just really nice pencil liners. I use this one a lot. My eyes, we are using the Gardens of Juvia's palette. And this is what I mean when I say we're using the pinks, just because they're gorgeous. It's going to be really easy to do a simple eye look with, and then I don't need more than one palette, because I love this yellow, but I have to use it with other palettes. I can't make a full eye look with just this yellow. And I think I'm going to do flower brows instead of drawing on my normal brows. So we have this guy who gets a whole lot of use from me. You can tell what colors I hit heaviest. But I think we're going to do flower brows with the Lens Makeup Look palette. And now that
okay, so originally here I was
dry down,
talking to you while I did my makeup. However, with it not sped up, this video was over an hour long, and I really think over an hour long for a get ready with me is a little crazy. So what I was saying here is that this foundation, again, it's my first time using it. It has a very heavy sunscreen smell, but otherwise, I do really enjoy the way it lays. It felt really nice, and it does have a really high SPF. It does have a really high SPF, so it's not that wild that it would have a really heavy sunscreen smell. That's just kind of something you should know. I also was giving y'all a little life update. So the night before this, I went and saw How to Train Your Dragon, the live action. And if you saw the original as a kid and you were really into it, I recommend seeing it. I felt like I was 5 years old in the theater again. It was a great time. I think the actors did phenomenal. Every time I said Mason Thames did not have what it took to be someone as pathetic as Toothless. I was in fact completely wrong. He did such a good, not Toothless, Hiccup. I mean, I guess he couldn't play the dragon either. He's a little small for that. But he did so good as Hiccup. I have never had that much fun with a live action remake of something. It was a very, like, true to original remake. So if that's something you're into, the way I prefer true to original remakes, you'd really like it. And if not, the CGI on the dragons was beautifully done, and the actors all did phenomenal. The script was great. It was just a wonderful time. There were a lot of really fun trailers before it. I don't really go see kids movies that often. To be fair, I don't go to theaters often at all. This was my first time going in 7 months. Since then I saw Y2K in theaters twice, and before that I hadn't been to the theater since, I want to say since the Hunger Games was in theaters. That's not true. I saw Hell of a Summer in theaters this year, so I guess this was my second movie in theaters. But the trailer for the new Cat in the Hat came up. They have Bill Hader playing the Cat in the Hat. What is Bill Hader doing there? Who put him there? But yeah, I don't know. I had a really good time. Someone asked for my number, and I had to tell them I was queer. And so I wasn't interested in him, and his coworker clapped and said, "As you should," and that was really funny. I don't know, I hope he doesn't see this. He's very cool. He was the attendant who told me the best times to go if I want to watch a horror movie in an empty theater, and I'm someone who loves a good empty theater, so it was really helpful advice. He seems like a cool dude. I just don't date men. I don't think I mentioned it, but this Juvia's Place palette we are using is the first makeup palette I have ever gotten, like, genuinely excited for, like, waited for its release. I don't think I've done that since, except with the New Moon palette from ColourPop. I don't know. I love the Juvia's Place palette that we used. I think it has such a beautiful, like, color story. I'm a huge fan of it. I love their formulas, and their pigments are so good. Like, I think everyone knows by now Juvia's Place has insane pigment. Like, they're beautiful. But if you haven't tried their eyeshadow yet, you really should. I want the Culture palette, but I don't know if I want one or two, and they're both so big. I don't have enough room for both right now. I don't know. I love these palettes, though. I think they're beautiful. And then I think we're about to start. No, we're gonna do glitter, but these eyebrows were what finally made people in my life realize I shaved off my eyebrows. I did that at the point I did this, like, 9-10 days before, and I had, like, been around them without makeup on at all. And to be fair, I normally have my glasses on. I have these huge, like, heart-shaped glasses, if you've never seen them. And those, like, I guess were hiding it well enough. No one noticed, but, like, I don't know. I think it's really funny. Flowers are what did me in when I have been completely barefaced. I have had stars as eyebrows. I've had scales as eyebrows. Like, I've just been drawing stuff on my face. I've had stars as eyebrows twice, and no one's noticed. But the flowers is what made people notice. And I guess it's because, you know, I don't normally do something that ridiculous for a baby shower. I would. There's nothing stopping me, most likely. Like, I kind of just do stuff. But I normally don't go that full out with my makeup for family events like this, so I guess that's why. But I thought it was really funny that people finally noticed I had my eyebrows gone over this. But yeah, if you are considering getting the Lin's Glisten Blend Bunny collection, do it. Like, not to be ridiculous, but I think it's my most used palette. If not for eyeshadow, then at least for eyeliner. Like, I barely touch my pen eyeliners anymore because I've realized how much easier the liquid, like, eyeliner, not liquid, water activated eyeliners are. I prefer using a brush, but I think her palette, especially if you're just getting into water activated liners, it has such a good collection of colors. I think the Blend Bunny formulas are great, and I love the colorway in that. I don't know, I'm a really big fan of this collection. I'm also a really big fan of how much big fan of how much highlighter I put on. That was not on purpose. I was squeezing it to get a little out like I do with my contour, but the highlight comes out so much faster, and I forgot about that because I don't use that often. I don't know. I have some silver, like, highlight I bought for my senior prom. It's completely nameless. I don't know where it came from. It was just some random Amazon one. I couldn't tell you the brand to save my life, but I could tell you I use it, like, almost every day. It is my number one highlight. I don't know. If you have any good recommendations for silver highlighters, please let me know, because they're my favorite. That being said, once I have my lips on here, we're gonna be... No, I'm gonna have to do mascara. I'm a liar. I also, again, when it comes to brands, one of these is the Ulta brand one, and one is CoverGirl. CoverGirl, I don't know enough about CoverGirl. I really need to look it up, but I was gifted that, so I don't know. But voiceover done, we're back. But yeah, my hair is really frizzy and messy from last night, so we're gonna try to fix it without adding heat. Can we fix it without adding heat? I don't know. We'll find out together. Now, I think, in theory, if I do a sort of half up, half down, I can wet this down to calm it down. But I don't really know how I want to do a half up, half down. Is that true middle? No. Because I don't know if I think a two bun situation or a single bun situation would look better. I have a hair somewhere. There it is. I know I want my little green slut strands because I once got told in high school that my face was really, really long when I had nothing in front of it because I wore my glasses all the time. And I never fully got over that. I don't know, bullying works or whatever. Yeah, I think two is gonna work, but what I want to do, I'm gonna take out this next chunk of green too, so that I can sort of throw a braided piece back and put the clips there. And I don't think I'm doing a spiky bun. I think I'm gonna do a genuine, like, normal bun. Like, just twirl it around. I might pull some pieces out and put waves in them. I don't know. I honestly never know what I'm doing with my hair. My hair kind of does itself. I just let it do what it wants. That's because I don't care for hair, which sounds awful as someone planning to go to Cosmo school, but, like, man, I don't know. I don't care for hair. I think it's annoying. I might even... We'll see how this looks. Yeah. Yeah, that can work. Very, like, 2016 of me. And Okay. I'm gonna repeat that on the other side, and then I'll be right back to you. Okay. Now, for jewelry, I am thinking I'm gonna start with this little flower choker. Again, I'm already feeling 2016. We may as well just go through with it. I bought like a multi-pack of these for a 5 Seconds of Summer concert. Because when I saw the 5 Sauce show, my outfit was inspired by Wildflower from Calm. If you don't know, Calm is my favorite 5 Sauce album. I have it on vinyl. Then my amethyst, I wear her every day. If I'm not wearing this, I have a ring on of it, or I have a bracelet of it. I have some sort of amethyst on me all the time. This really long string of beads that I actually made. Oh, I'm really proud of that. I'm gonna double it so that it lays more like 2 separate strands. Right, yeah. This looks better with more alternative outfits, but I wanted a little more like alternative to it. That being said, I have these little they're mismatched pink and yellow flower drop earrings. I'm gonna do these. I have a pair of pressed daisies that are encased in resin. I think something a little more playful, sort of draw more pink works. And then for my rings, I have this one, which has a garnet and it has this rose on it. I bought it because it looked like a vulva. I won't lie to you on that. That's why I bought it. And then I have this band of flowers. And this ring, which is actually my great-grandmother's funeral flowers. And then I have this Pandora bracelet that I actually inherited from the baby showers for dead grandmother. So if I can figure out how to open it, because I've never worn it. I've just had it. There we go. Mainly because I've been scared of losing it, but also I don't really wear these colors. Yes, I wear pink, but not like that, you know? But I'm gonna pair that with it, because I think it's nice to wear something related to the family. So now all I have to do to get ready is wrap her present, and I'm gonna let you join me for that too. Alright, so I have this bag. I think she's really cute. And then all of my stuff I got her is from Etsy. I'm gonna start with this. I'm not showing you the front, because I have their last name embroidered on it, but this is a little pink embroidered sweater. The baby's due in October. So I got a little sweater to fit 3 to 6 months, so it'll be useful around the time she needs it. And then Mom's had one of these on her registry. It's one of those silicone feeding kits with the silicone bib and little spoons with bamboo handles and the suction cup bowl. So I got her that. And then, okay, so Dad is the one I'm related to, right? He's how I've ended up here. So I got her these little matching, sort of matching, rattle and we call these loveys. I don't know what you call them. But I got her those with little elk on them. Obviously we don't hunt elk down here, but the elk was really cute and the princessy. So I don't have tissue paper. So my cute little bag is getting taped closed because this bag does not have aglets. I can't do the good old southern aunt, just threading the aglets through the other side and pulling it closed. So I am going to tape that closed. But with all that being said, I am now ready for a few hours looking like this before I come home and probably sit around in just my binder while editing this and another thing that has to go up the day I'm filming. If you're still here, thank you for hanging out with me. I've talked your ear off, but That's why it's like being friends with me. So you're getting a really live experience with me. I'm gonna go. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here, baby. And I will see you next time. Bye.